Hello. I didn't expect so many people to be interested in my M1 streaming setup. So that video and the updated video are doing really, really well. I wanted to address some comments and concerns about more details. So that's what this video is going to be. I'm going to get as detailed as I can about the entire setup, how everything is plugged in, how my stream settings are, and I'm going to show you everything that gets me to stream 1080p at 60 frames consistently on Twitch using a PlayStation and an M1 Mac Mini. So yeah, we'll just get right into it. I'm gonna switch to poor iPhone video for a second to show you the physical setup because I don't really want to remove this camera. It's a little bit of a pain. And then we'll come back to this and I'll talk about how the equipment is arranged and how everything is plugged into each other, how it all speaks to each other, what programs I use, what software I use, what hardware I use, and then yeah, we'll get into the settings right after that. So hang on one second, I'll switch the camera. All right, so here we are. That is my OBS on my computer monitor. So I'm gonna show you how I have everything rigged up here, and then we're gonna get really detailed into how it actually is all set up. So PlayStation is actually on the floor. It's not on right now because they sound like a jet engine. So that is down here. I got this little stand off Amazon to keep it kind of like more out of the way and not so flat. This allows a lot of airflow still. So I'm good with that, how it is. Don't mind the cable management. I moved some stuff around, got some more upgrades, so it's just kind of a mess. So that's there. One of the Ethernet cables here, plugged into that. There's my Elgato capture card, my boxes of stuff, tripod legs, monitor legs, power cables, all that kind of stuff. So that's under the desk is the PlayStation. And then on the desk, we got normal peripherals. We got the keyboard, got the mouse, spare controller over here, main controller for the PlayStation, Mac Mini. I recently just got this dual monitor stand back there. It lifts the monitors up. It's better ergonomics, and it's better desk space. So now I can actually fit stuff under the desk. So there's the Mac Mini. That is my Focusrite. That's just a guitar interface to record music, glasses case, whatever. I've now put my microphone on a boom. So you guys saw my review on this. Fine was really nice enough to send me this. So this is my new microphone. That's my old microphone, which now I actually have plugged into the PlayStation, into the back. This is so that I can use in-game chat. And you know, talk shit or whatever you want to people. This actually gets just directly to the PlayStation while this does my stream. So now I have two microphones as of like a few days ago, which is great. Here's my headset that's plugged into the Mac Mini. This monitor is for the PS4, and then this one, like I said, is for the Mac Mini. So that's that. And then my Sony a7 III with the Sigma 35mm art lens is up there. And I think that's pretty much it. So we'll try to get a wide shot here of everything. Yeah, so now I can get back onto the setup here and show you how everything is working and show you all of the settings, everything, how it's all arranged. So I'm gonna jump back over to this, but this was the physical setup so that you could see how everything looks on my end. And then, yeah, hang on one sec. Okay, so now we're gonna get into how it's all plugged into each other. Don't mind the diagram. It took me like 3 seconds in Photoshop to slap it together, but I think you'll get the idea. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen and I'm gonna explain it as I look at it at the same time. So this is it. Think of it as the black lines as power. The red lines are HDMI. The blue lines are like power to the Mac Mini or things plugged into the computer. And the green lines are just direct internet or Ethernet cables. So those are the two monitors. They each have a power going into the wall. Consider the left and right side of this image as walls. I got two outlets on each side. So right monitor to the right with the PlayStation to the right. Those are the power on the right. On the left, we got the Mac Mini's power and the left monitor's power. Those are the black lines. Blue lines or what's plugged into the Mac Mini to gain its power. So the left microphone is my Fine K683A microphone that I use for streaming and recording, which is the one I'm speaking into right now. That is plugged into the Mac Mini. Up top is my camera that I use as a webcam, also plugged into the Mac Mini. The far right headset is also plugged into the Mac Mini. No longer plugged into the PlayStation. I have a video about why I do that, but that is, I just threw that in. I know that's kind of just thrown in randomly, but that's there. And then the fourth line there is actually showing the power for the capture card. So speaking of the capture card, you can see from the PlayStation red HDMI to the capture card, and then out of the capture card into the left monitor. And the way that it captures on the right screen is with that blue power cable to the Mac Mini. And then the furthest right blue line is my in-game microphone plugged into the back of the PlayStation 4 Pro. So this is how everything's plugged in. The keyboard and mouse are obviously Bluetooth, but I put them in to kind of like finish the visual of this. But this is basically what my desk looks like, minus like the little rat maze all over the place. But hopefully this kind of helps like the direction that I went in with hardware and how everything speaks to each other. This is how I have the dual monitor set up. This is how one is dedicated to the PlayStation and one is dedicated to the computer. And this is how it all kind of mingles together. Now what I'll get into is my actual in Twitch like stream settings. So I've just filmed me scrolling through them. So let me just go and bring those up really quick. I'll pop that up on the screen and here we go. So the first panel under general here, I've never changed any of this. So this is all as it was, but feel free to just look and make sure. The stream on the left just is your stream key, so I don't really need to look in there. Output, I'm using the Apple hardware encoder because I am using the latest version with a bitrate of 6000 because I have a solid internet connection. This, again, I've never changed any of this. That Game Capture HD did that automatically. My output is 1080p, and hotkeys, never set them up. Advanced, also never changed anything. Because I'm kind of the person I want to keep everything simple. Once I got it working, I didn't want to play around with things that were unnecessary to me to maybe screw it up. If there's anything in there that you have insight on that you're like, hey, you should check this box, or you should toggle this, or you should try this, or whatever, then I'm all for it because I can always revert it. But right now things are working so good that I just never dug super deep. Once I got everything working, I was like, oh, that's it. I'm not gonna play any further. So hopefully this has helped kind of narrow down the details. Everything else, again, is preference. Like as far as desk or monitor stands or tripod, all that kind of stuff didn't need to be included because it's definitely just a preference. But this is how I have everything working. I recently figured out a way to do this where I can stream and capture in-game voice chat without the Elgato chat cable. It worked. I did it a few days ago. It was kind of a by accident thing, and you're not supposed to be able to do that. And I think it's because I'm using Black Hole as an audio source. So I might make a video about that as well. But again, I hope this has kind of clarified the real nitty-gritty details that people were looking for as far as hardware and software. And the last thing I wanted to mention is because I'm using OBS version 27, it's a GitHub version. So this is the reason I started using it is because one of my followers and now friends, MWESTBY, I'll tag his stuff below. I've mentioned him before. He told me that there was a version of OBS out there that was actually helping with CPU usage on the M1 Mac. So I'll also leave the link to that. And then that will be it. You'll be exactly where I'm at if you have all the same hardware and software. So I'm using OBS, not Streamlabs. I'm using Twitch, not YouTube or Facebook. And I'm using Black Hole. And it's getting it's going really, really well. All my audio is reliable. I can stream 4 or 5 hours straight, no problem, without any hiccups. I can hear everything great in my ear. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. The M1 is still working really, really well for me. For streaming, it doesn't warm up, it doesn't crash, it doesn't lag out, and it's still just the base model. So very happy with it. I do see a lot of people asking or interested in getting an M1 to stream with, and I'm living proof that it works. I stream 5 days a week, almost 30-40 hours a week sometimes, so it works just fine, and I love it. And I wanted to get this information out there for the people that were a little bit curious, because there isn't a lot out there, and there's a lot of people, you know, with PC setups that, of course, you can find that stuff, but this is a $900 computer in Canada, and it can do tons. Like, obviously you need to pay for peripherals and stuff like that, but I'm very happy with it, and I hope this video helps a lot. And if you have any questions, I answer every question in the comments. Pop into the stream, I will put it up on the screen right here, and I am always willing to help and talk to you and answer your questions, no matter what they are. We have a pretty solid community over on Twitch from these videos in particular. Pop in, ask away. I'll check every comment and question below, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.